everybody. Welcome to the Hopcast.
Thanks for coming back, everybody.
I'm Brad Chmielewski.
My name is Ken Hunnemeder.
Back again.
Yeah, you recognize this guy. This Mr. Charlie Drews, good friend of the show.
Hello.
Thanks for coming back and hosting us at your wonderful apartment here.
My pleasure.
We've got some pretty awesome beers in front of us here.
Yeah, as a thanks to you, we brought some delicious ales.
Yeah, so what do we got? We got the Westvleteren 12.
Mm-hmm. And we have the Rochefort 10. Don't even ask me about the number scale thing because it's just whatever the brewery wants to do, really. But they're both, the strongest dark Belgian beers that each respective brewery makes. So.
Quad, double, quadruple, triple.
It's a double, quadruple, triple. That's what it is.
So I don't know how you want to tackle this thing.
So the Westie comes in at 10.2, and this guy comes at 11.2, but that's more rare. Like, how do we?
Let's go with the Rochefort first.
Right.
I think.
So this is kind of, everyone should be able to find this on the shelves, right?
Pretty widely available as far as I know. I see it a lot in Chicago, at least, and when I've done some limited traveling, you usually can find it.
I feel like the Rochefort 8 is at bars a lot. I see it a lot.
Yeah, that one would be probably a little bit more affordable, so I guess it would make more sense with the bar scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's go ahead and pop some open and
I think
see how it goes.
Yeah. All right, so we have two different bottles here, both different years. We have one that's been aging 2 years, and the other one's
pretty much fresh.
Yeah.
Charlie and I are drinking the fresh one, and Brad's got the one with a couple of years on it.
Looks like yours is almost a little darker.
I think it seems
close,
to be about the same. I think it might be just the light that's hitting it, but
it's hard to get good lighting.
We found that out. The aroma on this beer is just fantastic. It's one that I've had before. It's actually one of my favorites of the style.
It just smells like fruitcake. It smells like so much dried fruit.
Mm-hmm. And it's so delicate, too. I mean, this is a beer that's over 11% alcohol, but you don't really get that burn, the fusel alcohol in the nose or anything like that.
Not too much.
It smells really soft and delicate.
Well, give them a taste.
Let's drink some beer.
Cheers.
I think that same thought kind of echoes in the flavor as well,
The dried fruits.
And just the fact that it's so well-rounded, not harsh. I have to assume that because it's not really like a full-bodied, hefty beer either. It's kind of got a medium body on it.
Yeah.
And for a beer that is this big, they have to be using some sort of sugar or something like that to kind of like boost alcohol without, muddying up the body of the beer itself.
Yeah, the mouthfeel is very, very light, actually.
Right.
And it's not hot on the palate at all. Like, it doesn't taste nearly as boozy as it is.
No, yeah, tingles.
A little bit. I feel it more down here than I do up here.
Every once in a while, Brad and I like to swap.
Oh, I'm getting
just in general stuff.
In the aroma, I think the new one, the fresh one, has more fruit coming through.
Mm-hmm. I think that makes sense too. Actually, now that I've allowed it to kind of like sit, and I haven't taken a sip in a while. My throat is getting a little bit of a burn, but it's not on the palate. It's quite weird.
No, the newer one going back and forth now has more of a burn. That one's much smoother.
Mm-hmm. It is a lot smoother. It ages quite nicely, actually.
I think maybe because it just has so much flavor that you don't notice the alcohol.
Right. I'm gonna drink yours then too.
Pass them around.
Oh, that ages really well.
Mm-hmm.
That sort of, I don't know, for lack of a better word, that mustiness of a little bit of age really complements the fruit very nicely.
And it's not an overwhelming amount of must either. You know, sometimes you get beers that you're just like, oh my gosh, I mean, this beer is so old. You know,
It's been in your grandma's basement.
Yeah. So it probably has something to do with the beer itself and also how it was stored. You must have stored it, you know, pretty well in a nice spot. So very nice job by the cellarman.
And all four of these two beers have a 5-year date. Like it's kind of like a drink by or best by date on them.
I think that's kind of a Belgian thing, where they kind of like to have their beers, you know, have that 5-year date code, which is, you know, something that they probably do and don't live by. I don't know. I'm sure they extend past that just for experimentation's sake, but
You can get killed that way.
you could. You could. After that, there's mercury in the beer.
Well, this is just delicious.
Yeah, that's good. So they're both from Trappist breweries, and there's only 7 of them
Mm-hmm.
in the world now, right? So you have to be in the
club.
What's the ruling? In the can't get into the club once.
Yeah. So yeah, there's only 7, and it's kind of like you can't just say that you're Trappist. I mean, a lot of things go into it. These are beers that are made by monks that are. They make the beer in order to sustain the church and all that. It pays for a lot of stuff, you know, upkeep and all this. And they usually do other things as well. A lot of times they make cheese or whatever.
The Chimay guys may have their whole creamery. And,
right.
And I think, and then, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's like Trappist it's actually made by monks, and then Abbey style is they just make it in the same manner, but it's not monks doing it.
Right.
So they're just pretending.
That's what I understand as well. Right. Yeah. Well, sure. A lot of American brewers are doing that too. So yeah, I mean, certainly if you've seen Rochefort on the shelf, and maybe you haven't, you know, delved into it, you know, gone for the purchase, they can be a little pricey for a single bottle of beer, but it's one of those special beers.
Yeah, but I think this is like $8, so under $10.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot for one beer, but it's
Right.
not like probably spend that on a big beer.
It's not like wine prices.
Yeah.
You know,
No.
Yeah.
It's certainly you know, doable.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't know too many people going out and buying cases of the stuff or anything.
Maybe in Belgium, but
Well,
This stuff, yes, because I think you have to.
yeah.
only available in cases.
Yeah, you buy by the case. So
Well, let's finish these up and move on to the Westie.
I could do that.
All right. Well, I'm kind of sad we still have some in the glass or the bottle because we have people coming over and we gotta share. But I just really wanna drink them.
We don't really have to.
Yeah. We have other beers we could share. We could just finish these.
Let's get all jerky on them. But without further ado, we're gonna crack open the Westvleteren 12. This is kind of, you know, one of those, I guess, white whale of a beer type of thing. Mm-hmm. A lot of people seek it out, so let's find out what it's all about.
All right. Well, while Charlie checks in on Untapped, I'm gonna take a whiff of this guy. It smells a lot sweeter. Like
Yeah, to me,
sugary.
this one is has a little bit more of that in-your-face type of aroma. You thought a little different, right?
Well, I guess maybe it might have been because the head on mine was all the way up to the top. I think maybe that was inhibiting the smell a little bit. Because now it is smelling much stronger.
That's another thing to mention about this beer is it's really highly carbonated.
Yeah.
Coming out of the bottle at least.
Very heady.
Right.
Well, because this one's, how old is this one?
So these are both.
These have to be a couple years.
These are both 5 years now.
They're 5 years old?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's plenty of time for it to bottle condition and add as much carbonation as
Yeah,
possible.
well, that's
so
for sure. And it's.
I guess this makes sense.
I can smell a little bit of that age in there. You get a little bit more of that musty character that we were referencing before.
Yeah.
Should we give it a taste?
Yeah, let's do it.
Absolutely.
Little tartness in there in the aroma as well.
Cool.
Yeah, that's nice. It almost takes on a character like it was aged on wood, even though I'm pretty sure it was not. But I think it's the mustiness from the age that kind of lends that little characteristic to it.
Very complex, yeah.
Less like cherry dried fruits and more apple getting out of it.
Yeah, 'cause it's got that a little bit of tartness in
Yeah, I
there
can see
too.
that.
Wow.
There's like I feel like there's a little hint of pretty dark malt in there, like a little bit of roastiness, just a touch. And that combined with the sweetness and the fruit is a really neat combination.
A little bit of caramel in there as well.
And again, it doesn't have the burn. That it just doesn't
Well,
feel like 10.2.
It damn well shouldn't after 5 years.
Yeah.
And we both got these bottles at different times, and they just happened to be
Right.
from the same, I think, same batch, because they were the same date code on there.
Wow.
And what they released every 3 or 6 months.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I know that in order to pick up this beer, if you're not familiar, the only place you can really get it legally is
We have a legal beer here.
well, the only place you could purchase it is at the brewery. But
At the monastery, that is.
yes, right. But you can't just like show up and and buy beer. They have designated times that they do this, and you have to like make a reservation in order to do so. And there's like a big waiting list and all that stuff.
And it's in a fairly remote location, right?
I
Sort
think
of in the Belgian countryside
I think
somewhere.
so.
And I think don't people tourists like go to the nearest city and then rent bicycles to go out to the?
Is that right?
I think I've heard stories. I don't know. Maybe that's other breweries, but I think that's kind of generally the region. Is a lot of the Abbey breweries are in just the middle of nowhere, and you just bike from one to the other.
Mhm.
Well, they don't want those monks wandering around town.
Yeah.
Sounds a lot like Chicago, actually. It's me and Brad on the weekend.
Biking from brewery to brewery.
But yeah, I mean, just a fantastic beer. I think if I had to choose between the two, I'd probably go with the Rochefort, actually. I love that delicate quality to it. I think this one's just a touch more in your face, and that's really saying something because this is not an in-your-face beer at all.
No, it's very, very smooth and all these different flavors are pretty well integrated. I mean, it's you have to think about it for a minute to pick out the different things that are going on because they come together very smoothly.
I mean, absolutely, just both of them are absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah,
So-
if you ever get a chance to try the Westie 12, definitely don't pass it up.
Oh, of
because
course not. I mean,
You may never get to try it. At least
Yeah.
with that guy, you can get on the shelf.
I've been waiting years to try this. I'm trying to contain my excitement. Hopefully
No,
I'm not
let it out.
too effusive right now. But yeah, this is outstanding, and it's everything I thought it would be too. I mean, it's really good. This does not disappoint at all, even with years of hype.
And they're both totally different beers, even same style, but both
yeah.
kind of the same, but totally different beers at the same time.
Yeah, like I mean, this is I would say the Rochefort is much more fruit forward, and which I guess it sounds like I'm talking about wine, but I mean it's much fruitier, and this is I don't know, this is more caramel and a little just sweeter.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Awesome. Well, we got another bottle. I think we'll probably share with some friends.
I guess.
If you're lucky. If you're lucky.
So get here fast.
Yeah, they better get here soon.
Get fast.
Well, cheers, guys. Excellent beers.
And thanks for watching the Hopcast.
Cheers.